Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Star Crawlers. If you've ever played Grimrock, this is like Space Grimrock. I requested a copy a while ago, but apparently I didn't send the email right. I'm not entirely sure about that one. So I kind of missed the bus as far as like the original release of this game into early access. That said, they had a fairly decent patch today, and I figured I'd take a look. And, well, the developers were nice enough to send it to me. So, awesome. Wow. I like the painted character portrait. It's a nice design too. Here we are, boss. Terminus 9, hub of the sector. Maybe it's nicer inside than it looks from out here. Guess we'll find out together. Let's dock. Where is the bartender? Runs the wire here. He's the one you should talk to about getting some jobs. Plenty of creds to be made if we get on his good side. Oh. Time for a drink then. Okay, so level 1 cyber ninja. Name Wander. So it can be male or female. Is there a visual? Oh, there is a visual difference. I like that. I hate top knot ponytails, but still. Okay, so I believe the engineer is the new class that they added. Difficulty standard. Oh, standard, easy, challenge, hardcore. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave it on standard. I want to take a look at things. Force Psyker. Defending allies, smiting foes. Let's see. So these guys are like sort of psychic, so they do like force attacks. Let's take a look at female. I'm just going to be looking at all the models. So they've got like a force hammer coming out of their face. I would like the engineer, I think, better if the suit looked cool. Like, as cool as the other ones. Unfortunately, not even close, which is kind of a shame. So let's see. I'm just looking through. Oh, smugglers are good at talking their way out of trouble. Interesting. I'm digging the smuggler design. Soldier's kind of interesting. I wonder if the same person did all these portraits or not, because there's a very marked difference. No, it's the same artist. It feels like there's a marked difference, but I think that's just me being picky. But like the soldier is definitely not quite as nice looking as, say, the smuggler or the cyber ninja. So I like the idea of being a smuggler right now. So why don't we go with that? I also like the idea of talking their way out of trouble. I don't know. I like characters with talking boosts. Maybe I can change my difficulty later if I'm in trouble. Okay, and we're not going to be that. We're going to be Wander. Do kind of wish it didn't switch your name around every single time. Either way. Pardon. What? Alright, well, okay, we're Wander. There's that. Select character. Change team members. Okay, don't have to worry about that. AP. Unspent ability points. Okay, so we got cheap tricks, gunslinger, and dirty moves. So we've got 90 time units, 100% weapon speed. So when you equip a pistol, you automatically equip a duplicate second pistol, doubling the number of attacks with your weapon. Nice. Okay. Coin toss. 1 credit activate, shoot target. Nope. And explosive trap. Actually, you know what I could do? I could actually start over and pick a new character. Or why don't we go back? Let's go to Doc Sam's. I'm just gonna skip past this for a second. I'm just gonna say yes, sure, whatever. Let's recruit some teammates. You need money to do so. Damn it. Alright, because I kinda wanna make a more educated decision on as far as characters go. Just because I'm kind of picky about this sort of thing. So let's exit to title screen again. Let's view news. Engineer class changes. Okay, so they just modified the engineers. The engineers are not new, they've just been modified. Well, I'll try and get one in. So let's just start a new one. I'll quick stop by. I'm trying to decide. Do I want to be a smuggler? It's tempting. Let's see, soldier, breaking stuff and doing things, interpersonal skills, engineers, hacker. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna be switching around like this. We'll just be a smuggler. I'll stop being so wishy-washy about this. I hate being wishy-washy. Hey, at least it zipped us by that pretty fast. Okay. A haggard-looking bartender is working the bar. His mech arm continuing to wipe down the pitted counter as he sizes you up. Doc Stamps. Evening. Don't think I've seen you around here before. Let me be the first to welcome you to Station Terminus 9. Ix. I keep wanting to say Ix. Anyway, Jewel is the sector. Locals call her Styx, for short. What's your poison? Hey, I was right, it is Ix. Cool. Alright. Let's talk about how we can take advantage of my legendary skills to earn us both a lot of cred. Ha! We're full up on the bar staff right now. He produces a filthy rag from his apron and rubs absent-mindedly at the counter, taking a long drag from his cigar. He stares at you evenly. I'm a little overqualified for tending a bar. I'm looking for something with a little bit more risk and a lot more reward. I'm just funning with you. It's not every day we get a new crawler shows up. Subtlety is a trait you might want to think about cultivating, by the way. Trouble is, my wire's on the fritz. Even if I wanted to give you a job, I can't get a signal right now. Maybe you could do me a favor and grab some spare parts from the basement. If I get her operational again, then we can deal. Sure, I can do that. Doc waves you off and turns to deal with a particularly surly customer, calling to you over his shoulder as he goes. Thanks much. Check the job board in a minute. Head down to the basement whenever. Watch out for Sudsy. Sudsy. Alright, well, there we go. Mission select. I don't have enough money for anything else, so let's do Before You Crawl. Employer Doc Sam's. Asset acquisition. Danger rating normal. Suggestion level 1. The wire is offline because of a faulty transceiver module. Doc Sam's wants you to head down to the Styx basement and look for a replacement part. Once this wire is active, he may be able to find you some paying work. Alright, and we get a little bit of money for it. And we're sending in Wander the Smuggler. So I'm gonna go with dual wielding, obviously. I like passive skills. I really like passive skills. In fact, it's actually a bit of a crippling weakness in video games. Alright, so first let's spend this AP. Let's go Gunslinger, because I think we already have a gun. Pistol, correct? Yes, I do. Okay, so that doubles my damage. So let's... Oh, how many do I have? Oh shit, can I put points into all of these? Never mind. Oh, well, I can't wait, I can undo that. I committed the first one, but I can undo that one. So let's see what else we got here. Shoot first. When targeted for attack, there's a 25% chance you'll shoot the attacker first for 50% weapon damage. Alright. Trick shot. Let's see. Shoot the target for 20% damage, bounce a bullet, 30% crit chance to a random target. Push your luck, charge forward, shooting damage. Okay, explosive trap. When an enemy acts, they have a 20% chance to trigger the trap. Taking damage, flashbang, stuns them, timed mine. Hollow trap. Mug. Attack for damage, steal an item or credits. Ooh. Ooh, that kind of hurts though. Bounty. Invest some credits in the demise of the target. Until the end of their turn, target loses 30% armor and damage. If a smuggler strikes the killing blow on the bounty target, recoup 50% of your investment. Tempting. I think I'm going to go full-on gunslinger for this one. So let's just max that shit. We're going full akimbo on this one. Alright. Oh, that's a little bit fast turny for me, but we'll figure it out. Locked door. Okay, somebody has locked the door from the other side. You'll need to find the manual override if you want to get it open. Try using free look and search the room for an obvious switch. Alright, free look is right mouse button, so let's see. Is it up? Nope, it's not up, it's not down. This has got to be it. No, really? Oh, yep, thought so. Either that or it's a secret. Hello. I'm feeling secrets here. I'll take all of whatever that is, and what is this? Fetch the wire doodad. Okay. That's not useful. What about this? Is this it? It's a little bit... Oh, there we go. As the door grinds open, a small hooded figure darts through and past you towards the exit door. It pauses in the exit and cautiously turns to face you. It appears to be a small child, probably a station urchin. Underneath the tatters of a filthy cloak, you see the glint of something shiny. Call it, you mean no harm. Child lingers a moment longer, studying you carefully, and then slips into the shadows. Okay, well, fine by me. Let's see, anything here I can take? Nope, doesn't look like it. Anything here? Locked door. Alright, let's just continue on. Beams of flickering energy are being projected in front of the door ahead of you. Passive defense systems like these lasers won't block your movement, however touching them is going to hurt a lot. You can interact with most traps if you approach cautiously, but there might be another way to disable the beams. Alright, so let's turn to this. Can I futz with that? The answer is no. Fetch the wire doodad. Oh, free look actually pauses the camera. It doesn't reset the positioning. I like that. Okay. Can't interact with this. Wait, what? I didn't mean to move through that. Maybe it didn't. You've entered combat mode with the enemy. Both your team and your enemies are displayed in the timeline at the top of the screen. On your turn, click and hold on an enemy to display the ability wheel for the active character. Abilities have different time unit costs to activate. Faster abilities cost fewer time units. Certain enemies' abilities cost more time units and hit harder. Time unit arrow will show you the timeline. Okay, so this actually plays much more like, it feels like Grimrock, but it's not quite. So I can akimbo, I can shoot. Well, we're obviously akimboing. Is there a difference? 3-turn cooldown. Oh. Akimbo it is. I'm digging the character modeling. Are they're... Okay, hit with the status effect. Battle icon. Sparkles. Click for more details. Thoroughly scrubbed by Sudsy. I'm killing the janitor robot. This makes me feel wrong. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm definitely digging Akimbo right now. And we get some levels, or some experience. Yay, and we also get, oh, we had a light shield. Let's, nope, let's not do that. How do we access our inventory? Loadout. There we go. Can I equip this? Okay, so it looks like this game has randomized loot. I'm digging it. I'll have to take a look at it. Now, let's see. Is there anything I can interact with here? Laser beams. Laser beams. Billion points. I realize that. Locked door. Oh. Another barred door. Unexpected. The door has been hastily barricaded with a small pile of rusted metal. You should be able to dismantle it. Alright. Shoot the barricade to pieces with style. Nice. Alright, let's go into our inventory. None of these... Oh, these are reputations. I like that. We don't have any ability points. That's fine. So we've got that. I just turn around. The turning in this game is way oversensitive. Yeah. Manual hack the device. Oh, whoa, you're hacking the system. Your programs Thor, Loki, and Freya are at the top of the screen, along with the enemy AI. Click and hold the enemy. Selected action, release. Okay. So is this literally just... It's the same combat system, but in a hacking thing. Okay, that makes sense. So let's just crush, I think. I don't know what generating alarm is good for. I assume it's bad. Okay, trickery, stun, strike. Alright, down we go. I like the fact that the hacking minigame is pretty much indistinguishable from the actual combat. Keeps the game about as self-same as you can get, which I dig, actually. Alright, so can I not interact with this? No, it won't let me interact with the keyboard. Alright. Weird. This is very, very, very sensitive. Is there a way of me changing control sensitivity? Free... No, that's not free look. Alright. Yeah, so turning, like... I hold A, we start spinning like a goddamn top. Which is kind of nuts. I don't mind it too much, except for the fact that I've, of course, been drinking tonight. For Catterday, and I decided, you know, it's not quite bedtime yet. Hey, there we go, the module and some loot. Nice. So this is actually setting off some pretty extreme motion sickness as far as I'm concerned. Oh, well. Alright, this is the... That is really going to mess with my head. Maybe I'll just free look my way through things. I don't know. Either way, return to sticks. Yes. So far, so good. I'm actually really enjoying this. I liked Grimrock, but I thought Grimrock's combat system was really frustrating. This feels much more... Honestly, this feels kind of like if you took Final Fantasy X and turned it into a first-person dungeon crawler, which I don't mind, especially with the sci-fi aesthetic. And this game blends 3D and 2D very well. If you notice, the enemy sprite, I believe, was a hand-painted character, which is really cool. I realize I'm looking to the other monitor because I'm so used to speaking to chat, which is over there. Actually, no, I'm also looking at the microphone. Anyway, I really should look at the face cam. Let's see. So let's visit the black market. We got some shit to sell. Interesting news. Nope, can't do that. Alright. Oh, he's not open. Guess I can't talk to him. Store! Let's see. Hey, Crawler, looking for some new gear. We've got weapons, armor, and shields, and other assorted gear. There's an upgrade station in the back if you'd like to adjust your equipment. What do you have to sale? For sale. So we've got random shit that we should probably look into first. Is there like an easy way of opening up your inventory? Oh, there it is. Is it C? It is C. Okay, that's cool. So let's go into loadout. Let's check stuff. Hey, we got a chilling Auroch pistol. I like that. No, I feel like dungeon crawling. Ooh, well, we're getting some weird blurring if I move like that. I actually really enjoy randomized loot within a dungeon system like this, and I think this is going to be quite nice. What's the shield recharge difference? I don't know. Damage absorb but less charges, and you can upgrade it. Okay, energy buff for 4. Shield boom slang not yet included. I assume not NYI means it's not in the game yet. Okay, so let's go back to the store. Let's sell this stuff. There we go. Right click, sell set. Okay, so we can get a shiv. That's useless. We can get SMG. We really want pistols. We were kimboing it along the way. Armor damage block. How much do we have? How much money? 100 and... Okay, that's not bad. Getting the tactical armor is not a bad move. Which one's better? Damage block 3. Dodge percent 5. But, okay, it's meaningless. So let's get the tactical armor. And everything else here is probably useless. Ooh, that shield is quite tempting. Fairly cheap, actually. Alright, so let's throw that stuff on. What about the upgrade thing? What's this? So how much would it drag here to upgrade? Whoa, that is way way too expensive, especially for like a low-level item. Okay, so let's just go into loadout. Let's toss these things on. I'll save the other items just in case we hire somebody. I think I'm going to be doing that. Anyway, Doc glances up as you enter. Oh, hey there, hotshot. Looks like Sudsy was no obstacle, and you return victorious. Why are parts in hand? You do something different with your armor? It's sparkling. Very droll. You're fortunate I don't bill for bad jokes. Ha! Just my way of having a bit of fun with the newbies. No hard feelings, eh? Don't worry about Sudsy. Gives our engineer Tallery something to fix. Speaking of which, you should head over to her store if you're looking for something to gear up with. Wire will be up and running shortly. In the meantime, Tallery just posted a local job. Alright, tell me more about the station. Well, not much to tell as to interest you. We're Station Terminus X, or Six, if you're a local. As the name implies, we're ass end of nowhere, so you'll be getting the most of your supplies on station. Except in what you can acquire on runs. Anyone I should meet? Tallery Hobbs is the station engineer and runs the general store. She's a mite short, but she's a whiz when it comes to fixing up anything with mechanical parts. She also brings a steady supply of weapons and armor from off station and sells them at a decent price. So go see her if your gear gets dicey. Alright, anyone else? Lucas Filch works over in the med bay, doling out what other tonics we can bring in this far off world. He might be able to patch you up if you get into a bad scrape. He's no miracle worker. He also sells medkits that can save you from your bacon in the field. Anything else? That's about all I know that might interest you. I'm hoping to get a few new amenities in the future, but we can't talk about that till later. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Let's recruit a teammate. So, we've got me. I think I do an okay amount of damage. Interesting, you can not only hire a certain amount of people. So what do we want? Do we want a cyber ninja? Do we want an engineer? Scrap into allies. I would like to get the void. We're definitely getting a void psyker. I'm trying to think. So I don't feel like a cyber ninja is great. Okay, so this is kind of the hard question to ask. Let's take a look at that. Their headpieces are bizarre. Let's take a look at the, like, female soldiers. That's a pretty kick-ass chick. Hacker. I don't really like the hacker headpiece, at least female. I'm trying to decide here. I don't know about force psychers either. Defending allies and smiting foes. It's not a bad move. I'm trying to decide here. Because I don't feel like I need a cyber ninja right now. Because I almost feel like kind of they fulfill the same role as my character. but it could be wrong. Same kind of with the hacker. Void Psyker seems like kind of a neat nuker. Soldier just seems like, you know, rough and tumble. Hard Slab. That's a nice name. Yeah, let's go with the soldier. We'll name her Shell, because I figured this is kind of date night. Except for we'd probably be in a reversed position if I was thinking about this, but you know what, whatever. She likes being a tank. For those of you that don't know, Shell is my fiancée, and apparently I'm bringing her to the nightmare crawls of ships and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, let's go to the store. Heard any interesting... Okay, so apparently talking to her doesn't give me the mission. Anyway, any work available? Distressing signals. Employer, Tallery Hobbs. Investigation, normal, suggested 1. Tallery Hobbs, the Styx engineers, looking for a crew to investigate a distress beacon coming from a salvage junker in the area. Investigate the ship for surviving crew and do anything you can to help them out. Alright, sure, why not? And launch mission. So yeah, it looks like we'll be able to hire everybody, and then mix and match depending on what we want along the way. So I'm probably gonna name... I guess you can't really customize the characters, but that's no big deal. But, so I'll probably have a full cast at some point. I don't know what I'm gonna name them. I have no idea. I might just end up naming them after people I know, because that's always fun. Anyway, subtle trill. From your comlink. Signals an incoming transmission. Luna appears on the holo, looking annoyed as usual. What's that in there? Oh, wait, no. What's the what in there? Atmo is low. Looks like the power is too. Nothing exciting in the airlock. Seeing as this is our first job in a while, try not to botch it. I got a ship in burning need of fuel and parts. Any questions on the job? What are we after again? Boss, I may need to say you've got a mind that's more plastic sieve than steel trap. Noted. We're looking for whoever sent the distress beacon. They might need a part, some fuel, or maybe a lift back to the station. Either way, never mind. Okay, whoops. Either way, they need help. Okay. Hold up, getting a call relay from the Styx wire for you. Who's calling? A snarl creases Luna's mouth. Corp rep from Chimera Biopharma Solutions. You want me to patch them through? You're not a fan of Chimera? Hardly. Word on the wire is they've been bucking hard against all the regulations on biotech experimentation, up to nasty stuff in places people don't want to go. Their creds spend like any corpse, but it gives me the crawls whenever we have to work with them. Want me to patch them through? Sure, I'll talk to him. Chimera Rec. Thank you for taking my call. I'm contacting you on behalf of my employer, as I believe our interests may be aligned currently. The ship you've boarded was delivering medical supplies belonging to my employer. The supplies were to be paid for by the recipient, but as now it seems they will not be delivered. We would like to reclaim our property. My employer will pay you 100 credits to locate and return these supplies. I'm just botching it on purpose at this point. Anyway, smuggler. Surely the retrieval of valuable supplies under dubious circumstances merits a more appropriate reward. I sense you are keenly aware of our interest in retrieving these supplies without delay or complications. Please do note, this is not typical. My employer does not haggle with third-party contractors. I will authorize a payment of 150 credits. Final offer. Will you collect the supplies or not? Sounds reasonable. I'll keep an eye out for your supplies. Damn it. I fucked it up the first time. Now it's just intentional, and then I fuck it up again. Whoops. Anyway, excellent. Oh, excellent. I will ensure the credits are deposited to your account when you have secured our supplies. Thank you in advance for your services. I figured I'd just make him some kind of weird, like, bizarro goon dude. And oh, you slot your activate abilities. That's neat. Okay. Whoa, she's got a full tree and he doesn't. Oh, wait, are these based on level? I don't know. Anyway, let's see if I can put a point into this. Yep, can't. Thought so. So you can only put points into the first level and stuff like that. So we meat shield. Charge forward, firing wildly at 3 targets. Damage taken, and taunt. That's not a bad move, actually. Frag grenade or crack shot. First use, line up crack shot on target, and then execute it. Honestly, I think I'm just going to max meat shield. Shell is going to be a tank lady, and we'll get a healer at some point, too. Best defense. Yeah, so I'm going to have Shell focused pure on tanking, I think. For this run-through. I don't know. We'll probably switch things up as we go along. So let's very wildly turn around and take a look at the walls. At least strafing isn't so frenetic. Okay, so we obviously... Damn it. Obviously... that's always going to be a problem. Anyway, heads up, we've got PAs active. Someone must have activated the security system. Save Frosty. Place is probably crawling with them. Target practice time. Hey, bugs. But this isn't Dreadmore. Not Dreadmore. This isn't, well, oh, those are my shield modules. That's cool. I like that. This isn't, fucking Legend of Grimrock 2, so I don't have to worry about, like, active combat. I actually really like that. So let's see. I might as well akimbo him right off the bat. And... let's just shoot him. Bada boom. Oh, he's not dead yet. There we go. But yeah, it looks like we've got a good party. I think if I was to redo this, I'd start with a tank character and then get a healer and then run around like that. But then again, that's probably not a major... It's probably not very important early on. Okay, so let's just start by exploring this place. I'm loving the movement in this game. Cargo hold is on lockdown. Call Luna, scan the hold from the exterior. You gonna keep bugging me every 5 minutes? Or find some loot? I'm at the cargo hold. Nice, what they got in there? Crates of creds? And it's on lockdown. Can you check the hold doors from out there? Yeah, swinging around now. Got Atmo venting out there. They're ajar a bit. You'll have to override the lockdown from the cockpit if you want to get in there. Which you do, because credits. Got it. I'll have to find the cockpit. Leave the door alone. And instead of turning around, because that makes me sick, let's just back our ass up through the entire dungeon. This is a very nice dungeon to back your ass through. We should probably turn so we actually know where we're going. Hey, I think I found somebody's bedroom. Let's take a look. Can I interact with any of these? Nope, can't. But I can interact with this, probably. No, really. It feels like you should be able to, but you can't, which is interesting. Oh, interesting. You know what? Let's just press and hold right-click. Actually makes this a little bit more sensible. Hello. Somebody was composing a message on this tablet when whatever happened. This deal is too flesh to pass on. Even if Cap ain't down with transport and chems, what she don't know can't hurt us. I stashed the goods in my locker. Passcodes in the galley, in the usual place. Remember, red, yellow, red, yellow. My contact will flag you when you get to Parsi sector for the drop. Smits. Looks like some shady dealings between the two of the crew. Alright, let's see what else. We got some money, just basic creds. Not a whole lot, but still, oof. Oh wait, no, those are just tic-tac-toe. Man, who's bored enough to put tic-tac-toe stuff in their own room? I don't know. Anyway. Bugs! I do wish the combat transition was a little bit faster. What's this button do? Backpack. Oh, that lets me pull up, like, healing items and stuff like that. Alright. Let's just akimbo shell it. Shoot it. Yeah, so I think the next character I'm going to get is a healer type. I don't even know if they exist. Oh, it's probably the, like, force defender type person. Alright, that works for me. Yeah, dude. This is actually, I think, more my speed than Dreadmore by a significant margin, just because as much as I liked Dreadmore, the gameplay was very slow and it was very easy to get lost. And honestly, the combat was just painful in a lot of cases. Like, getting shelled out by things was frustrating. Okay, so I'm just gonna strafe move some of these. Here we go. Medical supplies. Medical crates stamped with the logo of Chimera Biopharma Solutions are stacked here. Shipping manifest is clipped to the front. Inspect the shipping manifest. Manifest indicates the supplies are bound for Brighthall, a colony in the region that has been struggling with an outbreak of pox. The transaction records state that the bill has been paid in full to Chimera, and the colony is waiting for delivery. Let's see. Oh. So, Chimera wanted to buy back their supply. Probably to resell it. Let's bring it to the colony. Contact Luna to dock and collect the supplies to transport to the colony. Your go for Luna. Bring the shuttle around. I want to get these medical supplies to the Bright Hall colony. Yeah, I want to retire to Landinus and buy a shiny hat. With all due respect, boss, our agreement is to and fro on crawler runs. Side trips cost us extra fuel. 20 credits of extra fuel to be exact. You're going to shake me down for this? Fine, 20 credits it is. I'll dock when we're done here and run them out to Bright Hall after I get you back to Styx. I'll be sure to let the pox-ridden townies at Bright Hall know who to thank. You're a real saint, boss. And your delight, Luna. Okay, so she is very mercenary, but I kind of understand the perspective. What else we got here? What is this thing? Nothing. This game uses color weirdly. But let's go back to the galley for a second, because I assume this is. Birds are starting to wake around me. Let's just look around. So the lockers. Anything around here interesting? The one guy said it was his locker that had the stuff. I can't find it. We've got a locked door here. So we need to get to the cockpit. Why don't we go back to the cockpit and then figure the things out? Do we have a map? Does the map tell me where... Oh, half-mast. Actually, we don't have much left of this to explore, which is kind of nice. Probably means there's not a whole lot left, honestly. Let's go back. Hello, buggies. At least these little combat drones aren't a big deal. I'm surprised there's, like, no crew left, though. You'd think you'd have a bunch of crew hanging out and stuff like that to, you know, find the corpses for. Oh, well. Either way. No, I'm really digging the gameplay in this one. Storage cache. Yeah, what do we get? Some gun. I'll figure out loot later. Currently, I'm not really hurting for guns or anything of the sort. This is a nice-looking cockpit. There's just nobody here. Alright. Maybe we'll find them down here. Oh, log terminal. Alright. The bridge is ominously lifeless. Luna's face appears on your comm. Nothing to report out here. Escape pod's unlaunched. Looks like some airlocks might have been opened, though. Negative on context. No one aboard here. And the locks are purged. Creepy. You find the ship log? Logs are here. Let me see. The display is open to the ship's log. Someone was in the process of making an entry. Scanning the log entries reveals that the crew recently discovered a massive ship. The words, "score of a lifetime," are a recurring theme. It sounds promising. Logs mention a colony ship, big one, registered under the name Stella Marin. Found adrift in the Guggen sector. Got the coords here. Guggen, eh? It's only 4 parsecs from here. Anyone on board? Completely abandoned. System still functioning. No apparent signs of mechanical distress. That sounds like a mint find. There's also mention of some cargo they looted from the ship. Log cuts off after that. I say, you unlock the cargo hold, and we see if they've pulled anything in worth taking. No crew means their untimely demise. It's our gain, right? Unless their demise was in that cargo. Things finally show signs of getting interesting, and now you're worried about a little danger? You're a crawler. Possibility of violence is just icing on the loot cupcake. Get your weapons ready and stop whinging. Good point. Let's see what they found. Override the lock and the cargo hold doors. Alright, this probably means impending violence. That's okay. Oh, it was like a mini lift thing. Some medical supplies. Half-mast. Can I check my log or something like that? Info log. Megacorps, other. This isn't what I want, though. Map. It's not useful either. Unfortunately, like, is this the galley? This is the galley. Red. Oh. Shoot. Do I not, like, have a, So the puzzle has something to do with this ketchup here. Red, yellow, red, yellow. But for the life of me, I can't find anything to interact with. I can't duck, I can't move. Alright, I feel like this is something that we should find out at some point, but I'm probably never going to get the chance to, unfortunately. Which makes me feel a little bit sad, but whatever. Let's go this way for a second. Do we have anything here? Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay, well, let's go head for the cargo. This is the wrong direction. Let's head for the cargo hold. This is only the first mission. I'm sure any reward that we get from this is probably going to be offset by whatever we do along the way. That would be a nice boost for obvious reasons. Here we go. Investigate the logger labeled Consacro. Right, nothing of interest. Jablonowski. Artwork of questionable taste. Smits. Keypad. Takes a closer look at the mag key lock. Oh. Oh. Okay, let's turn around. I know exactly what we're doing. Okay, so let's go over to this. So 1473. 1473. That should be easy enough. Hey, there we go. 1483. Okay, so the one that was knocked over was still counted. I thought it was knocked over cleverly to confuse you. And I guess it was. It confused me. Anyway, so let's take the creds. The street chems. We can sell for 100. Ooh, that means another recruit. Anyway, close the compartment and the locker. Anything else here? Does not look like it. Alright. To combat, I guess. Wherever we're going. This place is smoky as hell. Up. What's the word, boss? Is it antiques, hot goods, spices? I love spices. It's a crate. Crates of what? 1 cargo crate, 0 hostiles, null excitement. String of incoherent curses fills your ears. You're fucking with me, right? You're such a joker. No joke. I'll see what's inside it. Well, don't keep me in suspense. Open the crate already. Right. Do we have anything else here that's of remote interest to me? I feel like there's a lot of props here for no good reason. But then again, it does make the world a lot more interesting to look at. This game is really, really pretty. Why is Grimrock so ugly in comparison to this game? Why is Grimrock run so much worse? I don't know. Anyway, let's interact with this thing. Fumbling with the latch of the crate, you hear a faint whirring from within. The sound of machinery coming slowly to life. You hesitate, with one hand resting on the lid. Ready weapons. You unholster your weapons and level them at the crate. Only then do you cautiously unhinge the latch. As the latch releases, you feel a strong push from the lid within the crate. You steel your grip and barely manage to keep the lid closed. Open the crate quickly. You fling the crate open suddenly, revealing a nightmarish jumble of mechanical limbs that are starting to unfold. It's pretty clear the thing wasn't designed with diplomacy in mind. Luckily, you've got the jump on it and start attacking it before it can fully deploy. Kill it! Kill it with fire! Alright, so we've got some kind of weird unfolding robot-looking thing. Alright, it's like a battle bot. I love the fact that they are using hand-painted character designs for this. It is... I think it's hand-painting. It's really hard to tell. Anyway, let's fuck this thing up. Which apparently Shell is still too slow to get the jump on it, but still, whatever. It's beginning to charge attack. Well, Shell, meat shield! I'm using my fiancé as a meat shield here. I have zero shame in life, apparently. I'll just keep shooting him, if I can. There we go. He's taking some damage. The music is good. I'm really, actually, quite enjoying this game. I think it's the perfect version of Grimrock as far as I'm concerned. Alright, Thunderclap. Takes out all of our shields. You know, that would be threatening if I didn't have 2 people and a lot of damage. Well, he's been messed up. Okay, so we get some experience. Oh, interesting. Experience is improperly... Well, I have a jump on Shell because I did that first mission before. Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, so we get Prototype Tech Eye. Don't worry, it doesn't replace your actual eyeball. Records your actions in combat and provides useful pointers on how to improve. Plus 5% in experience gain. Also, Kerblamo Clean. A bottle of Kerblamo Clean. I'm shouting so you know it's good. Sly Bimley. Alright, well, let's just take it all. As the sparks die down, the disabled bot is slumped in front of you. It is not completely fried, but the damage looks severe. At any rate, it's down for the count, and you are still standing. Luna's voice crackles to life beside you. Looks like you ran into some trouble after all. Trouble? I barely broke a sweat. Any idea what this thing is? I'm no expert, but that's some high-level robotics work. Definitely not off-the-rack tin, if you catch my meaning. Might be worthwhile to cart it back. See if the baby wrench jockey can't do anything with it. Good idea. I'll meet you back at the airlock. Alright. Can I open it back up for things? The answer is no, so Do I actually have to walk out of the dungeon now? Probably. This is not a really big deal, and there's not a whole lot of loot, so here we go. Invest in the ship? Yes. I do wish this art was a little bit better. It's not quite on par with the rest of it, but then again, painting spaceships is hard. And that's a lot of experience. Yay! It's a shame we didn't get there in time to help the crew, but nice work nonetheless. I'd like to have a look at that construct you brought back. Come meet me in the shop when you get the chance. Oh, that's from the engineer chick. Eh, whatever. Anyway, as you walk to the station, Tallery Hobbs appears, face scrunched up with worry. Thanks for checking out the beacon. Too bad we didn't find anyone. Hope they got out okay. Her eyes wander to the jumbled hunk of metal you're dragging behind you. That's something else. You find that on the ship? Mind if I have a quick look? Go ahead. Tallery takes her time inspecting the bot and its core, gadgets and gizmos extracted from the various tool pouches and pockets take numerous readings on the thing's circuitry and mechanical systems. It's quite the beast you got there. I've never seen anything like it. Fact is, I'm pretty certain it shouldn't exist at all. Should or shouldn't ain't my concern. Fact is, it exists, got my way, and paid the price. Right. I mean, based on what I'm seeing, it looks like we might be dealing with level 7 AI. Strictly forbidden under UFP's council rules. Tell me about level 7 AI. Level 7 is the most advanced type of AI under UFP council rules. If you want to do business in UFP space, you have to agree you won't even dabble in that stuff. Let's see. Tell me more about the different levels. Sure thing. Level is a measure how advanced the AI is. The rules are there to prevent some corporation creating an AI that's just too smart for their own good. Levels 1 to 4 are household drone type bots. They follow pretty routine command structures, carry out predefined tasks, or collections of tasks based on simple algorithms. What about the other levels? Levels 5 and 6 are your more advanced AIs. They have advanced adaptive capabilities and can respond more fluidly to changing circumstances. They're also more regulated. Manufacturers have to get permission from the UFP to make them. And being that Horizon Robotics basically runs the UFP, they're not too generous with giving out those licenses to other corporations. That's your fancy CorpSec bots, high-end domestics, things like that. And level 7 is more advanced? Exactly. The 7 AI have the ability to learn and change with the circumstances. That's anything that approaches or exceeds the level of human cognitive abilities and consciousness. Kind of stuff that scares people, in other words. So you can't do anything with it. Oh, can you do anything with it? Tallery's face takes on a serious cast. Well, here's where we've got ourselves a real investigating situation. Way I see it, you got two choices. One, I rip the AI core out of this thing and you let me strip it down, sell it for parts. Or two, I patch it up like a pro and we get to playing on your team. Both sound fun to me. What do you want to do? 2, if you think you can get it working without going rogue on me. Oh yeah, totally safe. Maybe. If it shows symptoms of wanting to eradicate the plague of humanity or something like that, just let me know. Want me to get to work on it? Yeah, fix it up. I want the killer robot on my team. Tallery flicks on her plasma torch and leans over the robot. Cool. A couple of soldiers here and there. Oh, solders here and there. Solders here and there. Pass me that duct tape. Nice. Really did a number on this thing, huh? Tallery works quickly and soon has the robot in working condition. Pulling out a spray can, she finishes painting a toothy grin on the carapace. Good as new. You want to switch shit on? Alright. Prototype. System reboot. Check. Prioritize objectives. Seek refreshment. Check. The robot lurches to its feet and begins to head towards Doc Sam's saloon. Hold up, Sparky. You're working with us now. The robot ignores you and calls over its soldier. You are a crawler. I am also a crawler. Meet me in the bar. It thinks it's a crawler? Where are you going, robot? The robot halts and turns to address you before entering the saloon. Posting announcement, killing machine, seeking work. This gun is for hire. As long as it buys the first round. At least it didn't try and kill us. I guess it thinks, if it thinks it's a crawler, you can hire it for your crew. Well, my work here is done. Alright, well, let's go to Doc Sam's. As you walk into the bar, Doc glances your way. He doles out a few drinks to the usual crop of regulars, and then ambles over. Hey there, hotshot, you've really kicked up a hornet's nest. I like to think of it as creating opportunity. Yep. Thing is, knowing the coordinates of the Stella Marine puts you in rare company, and presents an even rarer opportunity for you to fill your wallet with credits. Now, there's more than a few interested parties that are willing to pay you to know what happened there. No one knows what happened? That's the thing. Colonists are all missing from the ship, except the ship is still largely intact. No sign of violence, no mechanical distress, no bodies. How can we benefit? A colony ship is a big deal. Lots of corporations involved in financing, constructing, and crewing. UFP has put ship on lockdown until they resolve who has what rights to board and investigate, which is where you come in. We go whether we're allowed in or not. Exactly. You got the cords, you got the skill set. Corporations and civic groups will be tripping over themselves to get you in there on their behalf, as long as you don't get caught or piss off the wrong people. You should have the run on Stella Marine. I like this. Now you got the advantage over the other crawlers, but that just means every corporation in the know is making plans to send someone on the sly. You best make hay while the sun shines. I took the liberty of lining up something for you. What's the job? First gig is out of the ship's manufacturer, Aurora Starliners. I imagine they want to find out what happened before they catch the blame. I can patch you in to Aurora for the details. Thanks. Pour me a drink while I chat with Aurora. The holo panel on your comlink flickers on, showing the logo for Aurora Starliners. A clipped voice greets you. Greetings. Your services were recommended, as you are in possession of the coordinates of the Stella Marine, and are a capable team. If you refrain from publicly sharing the coordinates, and you do not turn out to be capable, we wish to make use of these services. Of course. Excellent. We'd like you to obtain a black box from the Stella Marine so we can perform a complete diagnostic review of the ship's systems. There are several onboard ships of this size. Simplest to reach is on... let's see. There's several on board a ship of this size. The simplest to reach is on the nav bay, located on deck 105. Sounds simple enough? It should be. The ship is officially on lockdown, so your job should be undisturbed. Now, once you locate the box, under no circumstances should you attempt to activate the data burst transmit feature. Simply bring that box back to your station. Can't we just transmit the data back from the black box? Absolutely not. Activating it any unsafe circumstances will cause data corruption. Simply collect the box and return it to the station for the drop. Do we have an understanding? Certainly. I'll let you get on with it then. I'm posting the details in private to your job board. Good day. The call cuts out abruptly as the Aurora rep severs the connection. Well, let's get to work. Alright. If it's not obvious, my accent tree is a little bit down. It's been a while since I've done voice acting. Since Chroma Squad, and it's a little bit shoddy. Anyway, let's recruit some teammates. First and foremost, where's the robot? There we go, prototype. Wait, there's female and male. Well, let's see. He's hold on a second. Oh, here we go. He's not going to be Thrasher Mark V. He's going to be HK 47. Gotta do the references, man. Gotta do it. You found it in a space crate and probably shouldn't have switched it on. Although deadly in combat, it's almost indestructible and sporting an uncanny knack for dealing with fellow robots. It's also prone to malfunction. I'm gonna hire him anyway because he sounds fun. Okay, and then... oh, shoot, the price goes up. Well, that's good to know. Anyway, I'll catch you later. Let's do a little bit of shopping. Actually, no, let's do a little bit of inventory management and then go to bed. Because I'm tired, and this episode has been going for quite a while now. So let's see. Select character. Oh, I wish there was a fast select here. So what does she have? Ooh, she's got good stuff. Probably nothing that's going to give her too much of a boost. Let's see. Street cams, Kerbamo clean. Pistol, shiv, light shield, garbage, smuggler's cape. Alright, so all that's worthless. What about you? HK-47 has even better stuff. Alright. Good to know. Lucky Charm does nothing. Alright, well, let's... Wait, he's got a lucky rabbit foot, which does nothing as far as I can tell. So let's give him the mechanical eye. We've got Kerbamo clean, don't know what that does. Pistol's bad, shiv is worthless, light shield's not great. Okay, let's go back, let's just sell all the junk and then call it a quits. In fact, why don't we call it quits now? So, I will see you guys on the next episode of Star Crawlers, because this game is goddamn awesome. Street chems, I'm not sure. Oh. Street chems gives you extra damage. Yeah, let's sell it for money. I almost have enough. If I could have just a little bit more, we'd be able to afford other things. Well, oh well. Either way, so I will see you guys in the next episode of Star Crawlers, because this game is awesome. I'm really enjoying it. Kind of a shame I didn't get it on it earlier, but you know what? Now's the time. Why not? Oh, they were not happy about the theft of the property, rightly. You sold it to people already, you dicks. Anyway, so yeah, like I was saying, see you guys next time, and as always, thanks for watching.